Hello, Jin.
Hi Daniel,
Hey, where are you at now?
I actually at my home right now, waking up in the early morning on Sunday morning.
Okay, this is for people who do not know what you do, what do you do actually?
So right now I actually involved in the IoT industry right now.
Mhm.
So at the moment I'm doing a lot of smart home deployments and most of the agriculture, smart agricultures and IoT deployments, majorly focusing on designing wireless communication protocol between devices and make sure they work seamlessly.
Okay, and how do we know each other? I think we know each other through maybe what Barcam or something like that. I
Yeah,
can't.
definitely Barcamp. I think it's 2007 or Cyberjaya Barcamp, I guess.
Okay, that's quite a while.
That was quite a while ago. But I think we wasn't that close back then until that we went to Japan together.
And so, what was the Japan trip about actually? Can you share?
So we did a quite interesting trip. We went to Japan, 3 hours. You, me, and Lirenz. We decided to let's go to Japan for nothing else, but only have one thing in mind. We're gonna go and eat a damn good ramen in the first place.
Basically, when we did two trips so far.
Yeah,
Supposed to do a third trip in April, but we didn't manage to do that. So
we gonna try to make it back on that one, Hokkaido next year.
okay, so the reason I got you on this stream randomly on a Sunday morning is to ask you the best damn thing that you ever eaten in your life. So so what was it actually like? What was the meal that changed your life?
So I did eat quite a number of stuff back in those days. But I think the one dish that really opened my mind, that changed my perception on the food itself, would be sushi,
Okay.
and specifically 2010 at Tsukiji at Sushi
Okay.
Land. Yeah.
So that was when now Tsukiji has moved and
Yes, they move over to the other place, which is I don't think it's that nice anymore because you don't get the hustle and bustle. And one thing good is the queue will not be that long anymore. So I did try to visit back the same place 3 times,
Mhm.
and the last 2 times was not successful at all due to the queue was I think close to 7 and then 11 hour long.
So describe like how do you actually first found out about this place actually and why do you end up going there?
So I always like Japan food.
Hmm.
But sushi is for me is the kind of meh idea when I have sushi in Malaysia. You
Okay,
know,
full confession, I don't like sushi.
yeah, I understand. But same, I don't like sushi because for me sushi is like the closest thing I can get a good sushi back in those days. We're talking about 10 years ago, or like sushi zamai, sushi king, which surprising I never eaten before, and then
What?
Aeon. Yeah, I only eaten sushi king like I think last year.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my first virgin experience of sushi king, and it was bad. Don't go. So, so for me, sushi is like oh Japan food. There's a sour vinegar rice on top with the very meh and raw fish. And I eat is like what this is like ages. The fish have been left there of ages and it doesn't taste
Mm.
anything at all. I don't like it. I don't know people why people eating that kind of things. Then I look it on the internet. There are people saying that, oh, there's this place in Tsukiji. They will
Mhm.
serve you a top class. I think it should be a top 10 or top 20 class of sushi dish, omakase style, which
Mhm.
means the chef selection style, at a very reasonable price. I think back in those days, I think I eat less than 4,000. It should be around 3,009 yen. So 3,009 yen convert back to Malaysia right now should be around 160 bucks. We had a full course omakase back then
Mhm.
in Tsukiji. And a lot of people say this is much better than what they serve in Giza, which cost 3 or 4 times more. So I only see some spare review about in some Taiwanese blogger. Remember, this is 10 years ago. Asia just start flying to Japan, and when I first on the flight itself, I was thinking that, hey, should I go and try this or not? I mean, this is my first few flight that I went to Japan by myself and my friends. So we're looking at it, I said, is it a way that I gonna go and eat the best food? So we discuss my friends and say, "Would you mind teman me to just queue for a while?" And they was complaining when they start queuing out. So okay, let me come back from the beginning. How
Yep.
sushi dai?
Go ahead.
Yeah, the sushi dai idea was like there is this one sushi place in the middle of Tsukiji inside market. This is not the outside market. So if someone that
I
don't,
think you need to explain Tsukiji a bit, like to describe
okay, sure.
whole
So
Tsukiji, because
yeah,
it's especially those people who have never been there now. It's like so different now.
yes. So back in those days, Tsukiji is kind of like the kitchen of whole Japan. You had to imagine every single fish. I mean, every single from Hokkaido, from Kyushu, everything will be shipped overnight through air and landed in Tsukiji. And then everyone, the fish market from all over Tokyo, will come to Tsukiji and buy their fresh catch of the day and ship it immediately back through another air shipment again. So Tsukiji is kind of like the central of the whole kitchen of Japan itself. And a lot of people think Tsukiji is actually just a place for fish. No, they actually have vegetable as well, and all the basically it's like a giant pasar, but with a lot of people inside it.
So it's like a big market with a lot of people, and it's like
Yes, yes.
bustling.
Yeah.
What time do you usually have to go?
I usually go at 9 because I don't want to get slammed by the specially truck. Okay, by the way, they have this special van. They basically put electric driven motors in the tong in the tank, then chain it out with another trailer itself, and they just use the handle and drive it around. It's a very unique scene in Japan. That kind of vehicle only used in the fish market is for them to transport big load of fish. We're looking about giant tuna will weigh 100 plus kg along the place in a very fast manner. So the market start at 4. You do not want to go there at 4 because most of you get hit by the car immediately because the market is very busy. So the market, most of the chef, everything, they actually close. I mean, they actually done their stuff by around 8, 9 like that. So that's where the tourists start to come in. So this market is huge. When I say huge, it's like how do I picture a place in Malaysia? I can easily picture. I think it's easily one stadium big for the whole market.
Once they, I would say maybe like if you think about the whole pavilion like that, like in terms of the width.
Yeah. It's around pavilion size. There's very depth inside, and it go in very deep. And there's a eye factory in the middle of place, so you can see the chunky out eyes. And then inside the whole place, there is what we call an inside market. The inside market means that the market just beside the pasar area, and then the outside market. So if you go Japan now, if you go to Tsukiji, you still able to see there are people building business there. The whole Tsukiji moved to the new places, but the outside market still remain. So the outside market is the one that you saw on mostly is you Google the photos, you mostly can see Tsukiji, the markets. What you can see is the outside market. The inside market is technically a 4 rows of very small shop, and they opens when Tsukiji is open. So Tsukiji close every 2 days in a month. So they'll announce specific close day ahead of the schedule, so you can check the calendar and see how is it. So this 4 rows or the inside markets are very special because they are there since the beginning of Tsukiji, and most people there are there for like at least 10 or 50 or 60 years. So there are 2 very famous sushi shop inside there. One is called Sushi Dawa, and another one is called Sushi Dai. And Sushi Dawa have 30 seat. Sushi Dai have only 10. Yeah, that's so we come to expression on that side. So then I was thinking that we're gonna try to do the bad choice. I wake up my friend, we go take the I think the second or third earliest train, I think at 6 o'clock. We reached there around 6:30. And back then at 2010, Sushi Dai wasn't that well known yet. Technically, there's only I think 2 or 3 Taiwanese and 1 Malaysians group actually queuing there. The rest are pretty much Japanese. Shy to say that the queue was almost 3 hours.
Wow.
Yes, so I only managed to go in like 9 o'clock. Oh, the shop is open at 7.
7, and you managed to go at 9.
Yes. So then what happened is after that Sushi Dai, I think after age, I think 2 or 3 years later, it became a big sensation because Taiwan blogger was like sensationalized it, and it become like it's impossible to go. The last time I go there around I think 6 o'clock, 6:30 at that, I asked the queue, it was 9 hours. 9 hours from 6 o'clock in the morning. And I asked the chef like, why is it so long? There are people queue since last night, the last train. They just stay there and queue so they can have to eat the Sushi Dai. So why Sushi Dai are so popular is first of all, it was deemed that this is the best sushi you can eat with the lowest cost that you can attain.
And so it's also, from what I also know, it was supposed to be the freshest because it was in the Tsukiji market.
Oh yeah, the fish still moving. That's definitely freshest. So then we queue. We go inside there. My friend was definitely not happy about it. She wasn't know about the idea that we're gonna queue 3 hours for that. So we did break out the queue. He in and out, go and take photo of Tsukiji markers, go and there. But ultimately we sat it down. So it was I think 4 chefs there. The old chef, the main chef, was only served the important customer. You can see that they only serve one. I think the one that served us is actually the second in command. Is a young guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I sat it down. This is my first omakase. So 10 years ago, this was my first omakase. Omakase sushi mean that chef selection. So you go in, you cannot order what you want. Technically, they will tell you that, okay, we have this fish from the market just beside you. Like they just caught from the boat to here in less than 2 hours. So we're gonna serve you what you're gonna eat, and that's it. You cannot choose. You can add on order if you like certain thing. We will try to make another 1 more piece or 2 pieces for you, but that's it. You cannot do anything. You can eat what you go, and then once you finish eating, get out of here.
Yeah. So before we go into the food, like how long were you allocated to sit there?
I think the whole makan journey was I sit longer as I'm the gaijin, so I play the gaijin card. So I think I sit 45 minutes.
The gaijin as the foreigner.
The foreigner card. So the most Japanese is like they queue for 3 hours, they eat in 30 minutes, and just it's crazy to think that, but given a chance, if the queue wasn't that long anymore, if 3 hours, man, I will queue that again, man. There's a few rare places that I will queue for 3 or 4 hours for this thing, but not 9. I mean, 6 to 9 hours is too much for me. I rather pay a bit more to go somewhere else.
Well, and this place don't take any reservation. This place,
no.
You have to be physically there to queue. You cannot take a card or anything. And so were people giving you eye because you guys were taking turns swapping out seats?
So we are lucky because the one behind us is a Taiwanese.
Okay.
So they don't say anything, but you can see the Japanese was secretly judging us, and we just pretend like we are foreigners, we don't know the rules, and we slowly get around here and there. But we always have 1 people there to have a queue.
Because by right, the queue everyone should be there, right?
Yes, correct. And you can see that. Oh, by the way, this is a weekday. So we actually see that their salaryman there was like looking at the watch hastily. Like they try to make it before their work start. You can see that this fella work out at like 4 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock in the morning, queue here and just to get one sushi before he go to work. So that was back then. Then after that, the thing changed a bit. The queues getting more and more crazy. Okay, that's enough on the queuing part.
Yeah,
So
let's
let's go in. Yeah, let's go in the food itself. So there are two sushi shop there, Sushi Dawa and Sushi Dai. So Sushi Dawa is like if you cannot queue for 3 hours, you go to Sushi Dawa and queue 1.5 hours. Because Sushi Dawa have more seat, they technically have 2 shop lot versus 1 shop lot of the thing. But most of the Japanese review and Taiwanese review say that the serving quality of Sushi Dawa is they just want to get you in and out immediately. They have no servings that the chef don't talk to you. Say, I mean, it's not that friendly in the first place. So most people rather just queue for Sushi Dai in the first place. So okay, so we come now, we sit down.
Okay.
This is my first omakase experience. So let's give a backstory again. So this is a guy who in his life had only eaten sushi from Jasco and Sushi Zanmai. So the idea of sushi technically is some mentai thing on top of it, or some mini octopus thing on sushis, and some not very good experience. And I did eat sashimi like on Sushi Zanmai before, or some Kuro or some other place. It was mostly sashimi salmon, and it wasn't taste that great. I mean, it's just the fish meat doesn't have much taste, and you have to start chewing out to get it down to your throat.
So when you're talking about sushi zanmai, you're talking about the sushi zanmai in Japan, right? Or you're talking about the fake sushi zanmai in Malaysia?
In Malaysia.
Okay.
Yeah, in Malaysia. So for my this is my first this is one of my first few trip to Japan. So I haven't actually go to the rabbit hole of eating the cheap kaiten sushi yet. So kaiten sushi is the conveyor belt sushi in Japan. We discover that the quality might vary according to change, and now we have a few change that we think is okay. The price is okay for the thing, so we'll go that change specifically. But kaiten sushi in Japan quality is still better than Malaysia, but not that much better. Yeah, that's more. It's cheaper, but it's not that good in a way. So we sit down on the things, and the chef look at it. It's like, oh shit, this is a foreigner, guys. I can't speak Japanese, so he say, you okay? Sushi, raw fish, okay. Then with my little anime watching experience, I tell it, daijobu. Okay. So he said that, oh, this guy is a culture guy. He know what is a sushi. He know how to enjoy sushi. Yeah, we're gonna go full on with this guy, and we're gonna go deep. And he started talking a lot of Japanese to me. As I was like, dude, I only understand half of what things. Can you speak slower a bit, bro? So, but yeah, my other two friends was like, have no ideas like what I gotta do about it. So I tell them to pour the hot teas, I get the things in. So then it started. So you can see the fish was so fresh. Technically, there's one chef, the main chef, the older chef. They're actually preparing the cutting of the fish in the slab form before serving out to the outside that for you to present. So the idea of this omakase sushi style, or the chef in front of you kind of serving, is technically the chef gonna show you how you're gonna prepare the fish. It's all about the skill of the chef, how to actually make the fish and get the fish onto the rice and then serve it to you. So you can see that the whole place is so packed. So we are talking about 10 people with totally no social distancing. We're looking at around, I think, 15 cm. Yeah.
10 years ago. Okay, so
yeah. So, but it's technically you are 10 cm or 15 cm against each other. That kind of spacing is very, very, very thick, very, very tight. It basically, there's don't even have time, don't even have place for you to put your luggage or anything. So if you go with luggage, that's it. You have to
do you bring luggage there?
I come. I think at the first or second day. So I didn't bring luggage by wearing the jackets, everything.
Okay.
So I had to figure out how to actually put the thing in. Yeah. So then it started. So it was serving us the things like, okay, so we have a few fish. So we kind of serve you from the, we're not gonna go straight to the most tasty fish first. We're gonna go, that one come later. We're gonna start from the beginning. We're gonna start from the white fish, then going to the much more oily fish, then going to the toros and chilled toro and otoros. So that time I was like, oh yeah, good. This guy, he tried to guide me to the proper way of eating. So I'm gonna learn this culture, I'm gonna do this thing right. Sit down, and then he served the first sushi. I forgot totally what is the sushi is. For me, that thing just come in. It's like the fish is, you can see the meat is kind of transparent. So it's a white meat sushi. I think it's a Thai.
Sounds like,
Should be a
sounds like,
Thai.
yeah.
So the whole piece is cut very nicely. You can see a slightly bird vein in it, and the fish skin is still onto the thing itself.
Oh wow.
And you can see the hand is actually, when they prepare, I think that you can see the hand is like, I think they've been doing this for many years. Their hands is huge in size, and the hand is kind of like not sweaty. I mean, it's like
it's damp.
It's damn, yes, correct. Damn,
Yeah.
and they're pressing the rice so hard, and then together with the fish, you can see that they try to press, and you see that certain technique, so that this guy is doing some kung fu onto the fish to get the fish stick onto the rice. And the first question asked me, wasabi, okay? Again, I answered, daijobu. Yeah. So then they come down, and he immediately stopped me, say, no soy sauce. He immediately stopped me, so no soy sauce. This one, you put in your mouth. Whole thing, no half, go in straight. So I think he must be like scared, or I see foreigner that do this kind of thing before, that he basically want me to, basically what he's trying to say is, this one, I prepare you with enough saltiness, with enough everything, and it's supposed to go to your mouth straight. When I put it down here, it should be go to your mouth straight without dipping anything, without separating it or cut it or take photo or anything. Just put it in your mouth. And so I did.
And did you use your hand, or were you using chopsticks? Like,
chopsticks. Yeah, but the people beside me, the Japanese, is just hand out. So yeah, we are like, okay, let's try chopstick first. So yeah, we use chopstick.
Were you shocked the first time to see them using hands?
No, actually, I mean, at home, I buy sushi from Jasco, I eat using hand also, so I don't really mind anyway. Just that I just want to be a gentleman. So in a foreign country, in a foreign place, I would try to, like, try to be not so uncultured in the first place. But the first time the whole thing touched my mouth, I said, wait, are you sure this is fish? This is not the fish I used to taste. This one tastes like cooked. But that fish was transparent. It wasn't cooked. But it had the flavor, everything the cooked fish supposed to be, and better. When a fish cook, the meat is like fluffy, and it break apart. So this fish,
it's like flaky.
Flaky, and it break apart, but it's sweet. And you have the taste. And then the wasabi slowly came in. And oh my God, this is my first time ever eating a real wasabi. So,
what was real wasabi?
So that's the problem about it. So in Malaysia, most of the time, you're gonna eat a wasabi in a tube. So technically, that is not wasabi, or they're just wasabi flavored seasoning. So they basically have mustards mixed inside there and chemical inside there to give you the wasabi sauce. But technically, it's not wasabi itself. The real wasabi is not green color. The real wasabi is colored in a yellow color, and you can see that they grind so hard onto the shark skin. So they have a plate of the shark, the grinding dish made from the shark skin itself, and then they take the wasabi. It's a something like a ginger looking, like I think carrot and ginger mix kind of.
It looks like a small turnip, I think.
Small turnip. Yeah. Then they slowly grind it, and you can see that they grind for how long, right? They only have like small little slab of it. and they put it on the fish, and then they put it to you. And the first time it is like I was expecting, the whole mouth would be exploded, the whole spiciness would come out from my nose, the usual wasabi thing. It wasn't. It was a very nice taste coming from my mouth to my nose, but my nose can take it, and my mouth take it very well. And the whole thing is like it just complement the sweetness of the fish, and it's like, oh, this is good. I mean, I didn't expect it. I was expecting eating like a tasteless meat with sour rice. It turned out the rice was, I didn't even taste the rice. I think when they make it so nice, the rice just blend inside the wasabi itself, and it just go in. It won't break apart in your mouth. The meat is warm. Okay, but this is the coolest thing. Every time I had to tell people eating omakase, when the sushi is served to you, the sushi is not cold. It was pressed by the chef, and the sushi is warm, and it's not super warm, like disgustingly warm, but it's as warm as like in your mouth one. So you go inside, you don't feel something like just shock your mouth or anything. It just feels just nice, go inside your mouth, and then you just bite it, the tastes come out, and next thing you just, oh, I just done one piece of it. Oh yeah, by the way, they only do one piece each. Omakase side, they don't do two piece.
So they do one for everyone first.
Yeah, one for everyone. So yeah, so there's one type of fish. The next thing, so then I look at it. I look at him. I look at the guy. It's like, good night. Good. Okay, good. So the next thing, when he see me finish the first one, he only start making the second one. Then I only realized that, oh shit, this chef a special chef. That means that for this 10 people in the seat, every chef serving a group of people. So the old chef, the main chef, serving the two Japanese inside there. 3 of us. This young chef, the young chef serving me. Another few of them. They are basically have their own personal chef. They make the sushi as we eat, and the way like how we hold the things, how we get the thing, everything. He take a note. He don't make the sushi fast and just put on top in front of you. He make it and just look at you when you're eating, and then he start making it. So I was like, wow, that is something. I mean, for that price, I was complaining a bit expensive until after that day I went to Giza. I saw the same thing. It's like 10,000 yen. It's like, wow, that's super expensive. I know that thing wasn't even
your price comparison all suddenly just shot up like crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. So that was the first time I had a sushi with the wasabi, and that is just a white meat. Meat is a starting one. Then he point to the ginger. He asked me to like, hey, wash your mouth with it. So I take it out of ginger. So, the ginger is also nicely cut. Don't have a spicy taste, just tastes just nice. But nothing much. I mean, ginger is always just ginger. But the one that I regret myself is I didn't know. This is my first time again Japanese sushi in Japan. I didn't know the ocha was piping hot. So like piping like 100 degrees Celsius hot. Okay, so like I was like, oh shit, how am I supposed to drink this? I mean, I just gonna take a small sip, something like that. And the girl beside me is like asking, can I have cold ocha?
Hold on, you are there during summer, or is it when was that? Like, winter.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like the chef look at it. No, we don't have cold.
your friend, and that's your friend, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So it's like
She's Malaysian.
Yeah, from Malaysia. So again, same thing that first time. So no, we don't serve cold. It's like, oh, okay. So it's like then there was like, oh shit, should I brought water or something like that? Then it's like this. So then the next piece come in and we slowly eat. And the thing about this sushi is, it's all white meat. I have a list of the food, list of the fish they serve. But what I remember is like every fish that served me, every fish looks so distinct. So there's one that actually is I think is the bigger, I think Sipan is called what? Sekpan.
Sekpan, I cannot remember.
Yeah. So basically you can see the fish head is just in front of me, and they cut it from they cut it straight in front of you on the whole bone, and they chop out the bone one by one. They use a small little pick, the bone pick, and slowly pluck out the bone for you. And then they slice it across the vein to break the muscle tenders. And then they put a little bit of soy sauce in it, and then they put a little bit of yuzu in it, and then just give to you. And it is like, oh yeah, man, this I know how yuzu tastes. I know how soy sauce tastes. I know how fish tastes. Maybe not so know a fish taste, but I didn't know all these three together taste like this when they're together. It's like, okay, this is good. This is crazy. This is something that my mouth had never had this orchestra in my mouth happen before in the first thing.
Like
So,
this kind of flavor, like was it like homogeneous, or was it like something like that you can distinctly taste? Like
it's super homogeneous. It's like the whole thing is meant to be together. The yuzu is not the standard yuzu. The yuzu is a stain on it, and the yuzu what they use is actually the skin itself.
They basically they
grind it. They grind it.
Yeah.
They do the thing, and they add a little bit of dice or juice on it. You can see the whole process happen in front of you. He's making it. There's no like taking a secret sauce out of somewhere. It's just basically just like that. Only one drop of the the soy sauce, and you can see how much preparation he made on the fish. He cut the fish. He cut out the muscle strength inside as well. He used the bone pick to pick up all the bone from the belly side. Because they use the one-way cut method to cut the thing, so there are some leftover bones. So they took it one by one, and they cut it, and they slice the whole fish so slightly. So when the fish go into your mouth, right, the meat just melt. So the meat just break apart, just like how the knife is slicing. So, and then the soy sauce is just a little bit there, and then the yuzu just cover on top of it. And now this one had no wasabi. This one. So the whole meat is like, oh, this is eating like very nice. It's like I know eating meat, but again, it feel like a fish. So it's like you blur the line between the fish and the meat case, and it tastes so much seafood. You know, the sea flavor into your mouth, and it just go in like, oh, this is nice.
Wow.
So yeah.
Wait, this one, were you allowed to dip the soy sauce?
He said okay, but I trust him right now. It's like I think I only dip the soy sauce once during the maki time. So they always have a lot of those small things that they serve you a different type of sushi. So we're talking about the normal nigiri style. Nigiri mean the hand, okay, the whole sushi, the hand whole sushi, the one with the rice on top, rice and then a slab of meat on top of it. So then he said, okay, now we're gonna serve you toro.
Toro.
Okay. Yes.
Oh.
Then he take out the whole step. This one just came here 2 hours ago. Just kept outside the sea here. And I said, okay, tuna. I mean, you know, my tuna experience is like Ayam Brand before this.
So Ayam Brand is a Malaysian canned tuna. We use it for like tuna sandwich or tuna like egg sandwich or something like that.
Yeah, so I was wondering why they called it this is the king of the sushi, the chutoro, the otoro thing. So I was like, it can't be. I mean, I tried tuna in Malaysia before. It's not great. So I was like, okay. Then he cut it out and said, like, okay. First thing I noticed was the color was different. The color was a lot different than I thought. The tuna itself is kind of like, okay, he first served out the chutoro, the chutoro first, the middle fat the meat itself. So the meat itself is kind of like a little bit reddish, but how do I put it this way? If you see it, it just look like a very nicely done beef. So the rate is like the beef rate. I was like, this is different from what I see back in Malaysia. Back in Malaysia, our tuna is like
white.
The white or like they are red and they are this color. You know, the color. I mean, the fish have been putting there for so long. This thing look like fresh cut beef. And then he said, take it, and say he look at it and said that he asked me, you take the whole sushi, put it in your mouth, use your tongue, put it in, and slowly taste it. Then I follow exactly what I thought. I put in my mouth, I slowly taste it. It's like, oh shit, this is the shit. It actually the I never know a raw fish can taste better than a cooked one. So it's like it have all the taste of the cooked fish and like 10 or 20 times or 30 times more. Yet my brain keep telling me that, bro, this is raw. This is a raw thing. What you eating here, hand, mouth, what you eating here is raw thing. It's not supposed to be taste this way. It's not supposed to be taste this so much flavor. Remember what you eat previously, they are tasters. Some kind of magic, they put something on there. You put inside there, the tongue go into your mouth, then the whole mouth suddenly feel of the whole seafood flavor in your mouth itself. And then you bite. And then the slight little tiny wasabi is still there also. And then so that basically they put the wasabi slightly behind a bit. So when first bite you don't get it, but second bite you get it.
Oh wow.
So then that is like, then the thing come out is like, oh yeah, this is good. The finishing here, the wasabi help you clean out, the fishy smell in your mouth, everything. Then look at him, it's like, oh, this is good. And then, oh, not yet. This is just chutoro. We have otoro. I said, oh, okay.
So otoro is the highest level?
The chutoro mean medium fat.
Uh-huh.
Otoro mean is a prime meat with like 70% fat. It's like, so when they serve out the thing, it's like, okay, this doesn't look like fish at all. This thing is almost white in color. It's like, this is okay. Then he said that this is then he told me one thing a bit sad. Not our greatest catch throughout this week, but it's okay. I'm just I just have very high expectation. Then he just said that this is not our great fish. I mean, we have a better one last week or something like that. Then I'll listen to that as a bit shit. This is a bit sad actually. Then I take out the meat again, same thing. I expect it to taste something like what I taste before, the chutoro, and then it just much better or much refined. Oh man, I was wrong. I was so wrong. It's like eating a A5 Wagyu beef and just that thing just melt. So you just put in your mouth and it's like, oh shit, where's the fish? The whole thing just when the whole piece of meat touch your tongue, not tongue, the upper of your side of the mouth, it just melt. It's like, then the flavor just like in liquid accent and just go in your mouth. It's like, whoa. Okay, I never had this experience before. I never know that any kind of the meat can give this kind of special taste and special textures, and it tastes good. I mean, this thing is good. I mean, look at him. It's like, oh, I just keep looking at him. Then he was taking a knife. It's like, yeah. Then he's sharpening his knife. It's like, yeah, one more. I said, it's okay. Let me enjoy the moment a bit more first. So I look at all my friends and like they like, apparently I think they just dip in the soy sauce. I think they don't get used to eating raw fish. I think they dip in soy sauce, but they still have the wow effect. But I don't think that they was that much wow, because I think they are busy taking photos and everything. But I think the chutoros definitely still wow them and look at each other and like, what is this? What meat is this? Are they serving us pork or are they serving us beef? No, that is raw meat, raw fish. It's like, oh, okay. So, and I thought that is my best dish ever. It wasn't. And my
this was maybe like halfway through,
halfway through. So they will serve you from the white meat fish, slowly go over towards the mackerels, everything, then go down there. So then it wasn't the best one actually ever. So also I had to take another side note. So their ika, their squid. Well, that I had a very bad experience of squid in Malaysia or anywhere else. It tastes like rubber, everything. This is like, I had no idea that they can make a rubber taste so good. And it just went again. And I realized that it's impossible. You know, I look at the thing, how the hell they make it so nice? I know that, your mouse looking at the whole thing itself is like it's not supposed to able to break down so easily.
Yeah.
Then I said, oh, that guy cut like at least 20 or 30 knives onto that small piece of meat when they're preparing when they're preparing the meat. Because when they're eating it,
Like
yeah,
insert, it's like
correct. It was so fast, and when they're doing it, it's like, whoa, okay. And the way they remove the thing, so the whole squid come out, they remove the skin, they tear out the skin, they cut out the side angles, and then they cut only the prime cut, only the prime one they should go to you, and they slice nicely inside it. So I said, oh, it's all about the skill. I mean, if you don't have a chef that know how to cut those knives, you will never that experience. I mean, it's the same fish. I mean, the squid, raw squid. I mean, there's no way you can make a raw squid taste difference, because squid, a lot of people don't understand squid. Once they left the water too long, they get shrink down, and usually if you eat the fresh squid, usually they are still alive, and then when you take it out and you just eat like that. And I eat those squid before, they doesn't taste like what I eat in this sushi dai. So I was like, oh, the chef is very, very good. Then it come to the crazy part right now. So the crazy part was like, then he take out the uni. So uni is what we call a sea urchin.
Sea urchin, yes.
Yeah. So that thing is still moving. So you can see the spike, everything is still moving. Then he look at it, he bring the whole urchin in front of our face. He said, this is what you're gonna eat. Then we, okay. Then you want to touch it? I said, no, but okay, I touched. Then it's still moving. And then he put it back, immediately take a knife and just cut a whole opening out there. It's like, whoa. So that thing, they just cut open the sea urchin live in front of me. And then he explained to me, sea urchin, no meat. We no eat meat. We eat sperm. Okay. So I try to I say again that he told to me this in a very quiet method, so I didn't actually translate that to my friend, but he know I get it. He know my friend, my two friend doesn't get it, so he put it on top. He just scrape out. I think there's 3 slices of the sperm sac inside the sea urchin. He put it on top of it, and it is like, oh, that is like, if you have the whole essence of the sea come into one single bowl, and then you like concentrated it and like you reduce it into that, yeah, and then have a very sweet and tangy flavor, that is what you're gonna have as a fresh sea urchin. I tried to recreate the taste after that in a few places. Even in Malaysia, some expensive restaurants, they have the airship sea urchin come in. It doesn't taste the same. A lot of them taste like ice cream. So yeah, spoil ice cream. But this one,
I also ice cream. I will say like you just think of cold mashed potato like that, like.
No, they're much more. The fresh one, right, is okay because they. Okay.
No, the one in Malaysia tastes like cold mashed potato. That's why.
Yeah, that's correct. So one thing I noticed also, right, he also explained to me when we do a small chit chatting and said that we don't wash our fish. Water destroy the fish taste. What you see is seawater. What we actually like clean our tables, everything is seawater. So the live urchins, when you cut out, right, you can still taste a little bit tangy on the seawater taste there, but the whole meat itself is like, it's like putting it's like some Indian dude make some very nice curry paste, everything, and the flavoring is everything so vividly pop out, and then it reduce it into a small little jelly thing that go in your mouth. Yeah, that was that good. And I thought, okay, that should be the one that
climax.
The climax of it. Oh, this is. Oh, I had chutoro. I like the meat. I like the whole. This is my first time I had a fish that melt in my mouth, and then the flavor just come out of that. And then I have
Otoro.
yeah, Otoro. So then the uni itself, that actually like it just concentrated like essence, the sea essence into my mouth, and then he picked up one thing that I never see before. He said, "This is winter special." I said, what's that? Bhutan Abbey. So
I know the word, but I don't. Go ahead.
Bhutan Abbey technically is a Japanese prawn.
Mm-hmm.
So Bhutan means fei chui lah. So it's is a type of prawns. They are not sweet prawns. It's not the small normal sweet prawn, the small one, but they are slightly larger. And because the time in winter, they actually have egg inside. So the Bhutan Abbey itself, you can see the whole big green sack down there. It's green color. So they process the whole thing. I didn't see it cut because apparently that is a very difficult cut for them. I think it took them around 2 minutes to actually remove the head nicely, and then they put the egg onto the meat again. So we understand this is a very small prawns with the egg like bursting out from there, and then they remove the head very very nicely. Only left the tails. They remove all the.
How big is that? How many cm are we talking about?
It's as big as the small rice. That's it.
Okay, so it's roughly about like 30 cm, like 1 inch.
No, less than that. It's like we're looking at around 15 cm.
15 cm.
15 to 20 cm. It's a very small prawns. Then they actually remove all the vein. So the prawns have the digestive tube, everything. They actually slowly use the pick to actually pick it out. All the things they slowly pick it out, and then they put the egg back to the meat itself. Then I look at it, it's like, oh, this is very pretty. I take a photo about it, and it's like, this is very pretty. And I have a sweet prawn before this, so I have the amai ebi, the small sweet prawn. It's like, oh, this thing is good. This is good shit. This is sweet, everything. And then I have this. So that thing come on that, take a photo. I wasn't even prepared. I take it out. I did it. I look at it, it's like, oh shit, I didn't know prawn can taste like that. It's like eating sugar syrup with then egg flavor popping in front of your mouth. It just pop. And then the prawn itself is like a slight slick of, how to say, custard. Prawn taste custard, sweet custard that just nicely go in there. And I was like, oh, this is good shit. When I look at it, it's like, do you have more of this? I want another one immediately. So yeah, then he look at me and was like, what is this? I keep asking that, what am I eating? What is this in the first place? That's why I can explain to you more about it, because I actually asked him a few times, like, what am I eating this one? This is not the prawn that you served me before this. The prawn you served me, I have the taste. I know how it tastes like. I know that's prawn supposed to taste like. This one tastes different. Also, yeah, this is, they swim all away from Antarctica back to Japan to lay their egg, everything. So yeah, they've been exercise a lot, and they come from very cold place, and they are sweet. Yeah, they're freaking sweet. Or I can use the F. I draw the F word there. It's like they are effing sweet. And then the egg itself. So then I actually say that, can you do me an exception? I want another one. They say, okay, can. I will find another prawn whether I have another extra. So after that, after the other thing, he actually make another one for me for free.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So because foreigners, so I play my gajin card again. So it's like, it's nice. It was, I never had that again in my life. I think even go to Japan, because it's actually very rare to have a Bhutan ebi with egg. So mean that that type of prawns that you have to cut it in the quantity that with a burst of full eggs and everything, it's actually quite hard, especially right now, the whole situation, the water getting hotter and hotter, is actually getting rare to get it now. So yeah, so that one is the one that I have ordered twice. And then omakase, he actually asked us that, do you want to add on orders? Then I say, can I add another one more? They say, nope, we run out of prawn on that one. So you can try at the chutoro otoro. So yeah, have another Otoro again. But after the Butan AB, right, it's surprising I don't feel that much excited about the Otoro anymore. Actually,
I'm surprised because like Otoro is like usually like that's like the
it's
A5.
it's like no, it's like A5. It's like A5 Wagyu. It only had one taste. Whereby the Bhutan AB, the prawn that with the egg inside, it has so much taste. It's something that I never eat before, and the egg is just popping out, the texture, everything, it just goes so well. And for me, the only thing I hate about it, the only thing I dislike about that whole dish is I had to pull out the damn prawn, the back part of the prawn, the shell.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. The tail.
yeah, they had to put it out because if that whole thing is without that thing, I can just go inside my mouth. I'm very happy, but they left the thing in there, I think, for me to put it out. Yeah, but yeah, that was good. And the thing is, everything served there is no cook, no touch, no nothings. It's just fresh, out for waters, and don't even wash it on under the water. Just they rinse it on the seawater and that's it.
3 hours wait. So is it like so? That's life changing.
Yeah, exactly. For me, after that, it changed my perspective about sushi. And I actually from there onward, I started to eat raw meat sushi, raw fish sushi. Every time I go to Japan, I will the after that every time I go there, I actually try to find similar sushi place or try to go queue and sushi dai. But by then they're getting too famous. Because you can't. After that I realized that you actually cannot eat such a good quality sushi at that kind of price.
Yeah,
So in Malaysia, a omakase will easily run you around 800, and I won't think they're 10 or 20% as good as that.
serious.
Yeah. So
Wow.
I did try Zero before.
Mhm.
In terms of freshness, it's not even a comparison. So Zero is I'm not saying Zero is bad. I'm not saying Zero is bad. I mean Zero is good. It's very nice serving. I mean I love the whole environments, but in terms of like the fresh, like I understand that an hour difference on the freshness of the fish change the taste totally differently. So the fish that just come out from the sea and go in your mouth, the taste is crazy. So I now understand those fishermen, how they actually cook their fish on the boat itself. It's like, oh yeah, that should be the tastiest. And then whatever we have in the markets, everything is not as 100% as good as what they cut just fresh catch.
So is it worth it? Like is this dish?
Yeah, that was the damn freaking 3,900 yens I ever spent. And I think I add one chutoro and it free for me that one. Oh yeah, by the way, their miso soup is like full of clams. Like the miso soup is like I actually add on one more miso soup again. So it's like for me like miso soup is always they put the
Like complimentary dish or something.
complimentary in there. This one is like, oh shit, there's so much clam inside there. It's like lala everywhere. It's like good. And it tastes so good. And the whole thing is like they don't even chase us out. They don't even let people in until we out. So we are looking at the guy, talking to him. So, I mean, understand that what I'm eating, everything, and I say that this is like, thank you for giving me the best meal. And then before he even accept the tank, he had to ask permission from his the boss or the older chef. And the older chef give a knock. Then we give him a knock. Everyone say that thank you, and then we just leave. And 45 minutes, 3 hours, and then we are quiet throughout our train ride. Everything's and then at night, my friend I said, "I'm gonna go eat tomorrow again." So I said that no, we are leaving Tokyo. There's no way we're coming here. This is our only time we can eat it. I was like, oh shit, yeah, that was it stunned you, like you just have a food, you just have a good taste, and you don't know how to describe it, and then at night you think about it, it's like, I wish I can do it. I go and try it again and eat it again. So yeah, that's about it. Basically, summaries, Sushi Dai is like the cheap. I would say at least between 3 or 4 star. If you can have 4 star or 5 star, I'll give you all the
That's
price.
the machine for
Yeah, I can give you what I think. I can give you what it is. The place is not comfortable. I will definitely tell you that place is not comfortable at all. The the chair is super tiny. There's no back seat moving. To go in, to go out is basically screwing. Like you need to pay money. They don't even accept cut everything. They only accept cash. And the boss lady only write in papers everything. I had no idea what the heck they're writing about because they're not writing numbers, but write in the kanji version of the Japanese yen. Is like look at it. It's like okay, but the serving, the friendliness of the chef. I mean that I should be that one of the first few foreigners, and the chef was like, "Oh, I'm young. I think I learned about some English in school before. I can talk to this guy." And you can see that the old chef was like keep checking on us, make sure that he didn't say anything wrong or didn't do anything wrong, because he did not want to serve a guy cheat. I think because he didn't know how to explain to us. So you can see the whole dynamic, everything's play out, and then yeah, that's about it. It's basically a very nice show on the chef works. They've been doing this for like every day 7 o'clock. I think the shop actually closed at 7 or 8 when there's a whole day opens, and they only close when Tsukiji market is closed. So after I went there, it get super virals after some Taiwanese blogger go and visit. Then the queue never less than 5 hours anymore.
We have friends that will be lining up to go there and stuff like that, but we will get his story later. So I want to know the repeatability of this place. Like, how often will you go? Like, will this be a daily thing? Yeah,
that's the thing. You cannot go there anymore. The place is no longer exists.
I mean, for you.
Oh, for me, yeah. For me, if the queue is less than 6 hours and I go there alone and I got time to spend, I don't mind. I mean, I won't do until like overnight there to just eat it, but I don't mind wait 3 to 4 hours to go in again, see the guy, check the guy, and then look at the fish and see how the wonder you do on the fish itself. And I mean, the most important thing, the price. After that, I realized that omakase is very, very expensive. It is definitely not at 3,009 yen. And I was so wrong that I should order more. So yeah, that's about it. But that one is basically the best bang on the buck. And it changed my life experience on the sushi side. I mean, how I look at fish. After that, I come back to Malaysia, like, I don't eat raw fish sushi in Malaysia anymore. Yeah.
So you were basically saying that the place don't exist. I mean, it still exists, but it's changed, right?
Yes, correct. So they move it to the new place. What's the new place called? Yeah, the
Tai Dao, is it?
So they moved to the new market together, the whole fish market, because of Olympic. So then they move over to the new place. They have a proper restaurant right now. They have more than 20, 30 seats right now. So I guess you can have a very nice dining experience right now. But I mean, the old one, the closed space, you see the 4 chefs like passing everything in and out, the whole closed environments, and then the fish is like coming in a lot, like on the ways that we go. It's like when we're going out, there are fish actually coming in just for market. That someone, you can see the chef is actually the one that go and buy and then bring it back. So I think because I finished their Bhutan AB, I guess. Yeah, because I was at 9 o'clock, so that means that is at least they open at 7. So let's say 30 minutes each round. So at least I'm at the 5th round. So they serve at least 50 people before me. Yeah.
The new market is called Toyoshu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toyoshu. So you can go there and eat it, but I pretty much sure the price will be more expensive now because now they have a restaurant. They no longer run a 10-seating place. The queue is still there, but it should be manageable. And I would say that you can explore other place. But for me, this always in my heart to be the one that there's a time when Jins actually go eat 3,900 yen sushis, and it tastes fucking good.
Okay, before we go, I know you recently went. Was it recent? Oh, sorry. Last year you guys went to one of the top 5 sushi in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Okay, just briefly tell us about it and compare with this.
So me and Riran's our common friends, we did actually go to another omakase back in the time in Japan. So yeah, it was good. It was a Edo style.
I don't mind sushi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Edo Mayan sushi. So sushi back then was longer because they used to be a bigger slab of the rice, because the rice used to be much thicker. That's why they cut into half and become 2 sushi. So that's why sushi is 2 by in those conveyor belt, because it's technically cut in half. So that's the tradition. So but Edo Mayan sushi basically is like the half roll of sushi but with a super long thing, and their tasting and everything is much more the older style. So it was good. The whole serving is good. The chef is super old and the thing, but it just doesn't get me the same excitement. The first time you discover like how good is it, like it hit differently. The whole thing is just it's like following your first love. That's about it.
Thanks a lot, Jin. Thanks for actually sharing with us that that got me super curious about like going to Sushi Dai, which is not really a regret of mine, but yeah, just
it's a nice experience, because I mean, for a lot of people, like if you want comfort, you want to eat, you want to have a place to eat in a nice place, that's not a place for you. But for people like, hey shit, I need to have the freshest sushi at the most affordable price ever, where can I go to eat? I have no doubt that is the only one, I would say, in the world.
thank
Because
you.
only you can have the fresher fish, but you have a good chef to actually do it for you to that. So yeah.
All right, thanks a lot, Jane. Really appreciate that. Thank you. And we are ending the broadcast. Ta-da! Let me end the broadcast.
Yeah,